All right, folks, how's it going? So I thought I'd make a little update once again about Carlee Russell. And I think that it's going to be disappointing. I was very disappointed, taken aback by what I found out. But I knew that there was some glitches in the story. And I wasn't the only person that really felt that way. There's other podcasters, the news also. And to my understanding, the police when she had laid down her initial statement. But I think a lot of people was pulling for her, okay, because mainly, if you look at the day at the times now, for with social, particularly with social injustice and the treatment of women, okay, kids being put into the or taken and put into like things like sex trafficking and things like that, organs harvesting, particularly with the treatment, like especially with black women, okay. I mean, I think that for a minute it had everybody fooled, but just for a minute. And the last update I made was I still thought this incident was true, but they needed to find out what had happened. I guess with the cell phone mainly, okay, that turned out missing. There was conflict reports, and I think I said that yesterday. 3 different reports that the phone was missing, then it wasn't missing, and then it was missing, but it was over there on the side of the road by the car. Okay, just to refresh your memory, if you ain't really heard by now, this news caught national attention where she was missing on July 13th, following a little boy on I-459. It's a bypass in eastern Birmingham. Okay, and it was thought that she may have been taken, and then she returned back to her parents' house 2 days later. Okay, you could look up that article for yourself. Okay, but it was kind of like the more questions the police was asking, the more investigating they were doing, then the worse this case started to take a turn. And I got to tell you, forensic evidence is strong, okay, with all these, again, scientific findings, particularly like almost any type of endeavor or encounter deals with things like text messages or uh, internet, okay, searches and stuff like that. All right, and it's all stored in the database, and that stuff is easy to acquire uh, upon either a person's consent or maybe consent from the government, depending on how serious the case is. Everything pretty much is stored in Google, so they can find that information out anyway. They got other stuff like, let's see here, um, your old classic techniques, fingerprints, the DNA, and now they have a database where they can find that stuff. Okay, so bank accounts and so forth. The bank will give you that your information and so forth. All right, let you know, let the government know what you've been doing with your money. I mean, and the government can also monitor your emails, okay, your phone calls, and where your money goes. And with this induction of AI, you're going to see probably more things are in the dark that's going to come to light. And I mentioned that yesterday. Well, you could look at the press conference yourself. All right, that just came out. I saw it, okay, and I saw other podcasters were talking about it. And well, latest findings, okay, are contrary to the statement that she put out, which was basically undisclosed. I think that they let her talk, and I think that basically they did their own investigation. And according to the press conference, they found this, that when they were able to do the search, and like I say, the information could be accessed in Google on your account, okay, upon subpoena. that they found searches that she did of how to take money from a cash register, a road being taken, and so forth. Okay, and bus tickets to go to Nashville, Tennessee from Birmingham. The movie Taken. And if you add on other things like a text message allegedly of a Red Roof Inn, okay, those recent searches, contrary to the story that she put where she had followed, it was a child that she saw, and no child was accounted for. Nevertheless, or needless to say, no Amber Alert. Okay, they have the camera footage of her being followed, find a child 600 yards. I saw that footage myself. Okay, and I'm thinking she must have eagle vision or whatever. Okay, to see a child at night, what 10 o'clock at night on I-459 in the boonies with hardly no lights, with hundreds of cars or whatever, from 600 feet. You see what I'm getting at by this? I'm telling you what has just been put together, okay, from what the police has found. So I'm just saying, though, the story that she puts out and the story that her parents put out, which is undisclosed, and then what they're finding are two different, scenarios here. Now, all they have to do, and I said this yesterday, when she had arrived back at her parents' house, and actually that's a very nice house that they have. All they have to do, okay, so they know where she went, okay, or they think they know. All they have to do is tie in the time that she got back home and backdated it to where her origin was. And you also have to look that she was in a nice neighborhood. I'm pretty sure almost everybody has like Ring doorbell information and all that, okay, or Vivian, that type of thing. So they could trace that path from the time she got home all the way to the origin. Now, if she's on major streets, they got cameras on the streets, okay? They got cameras on the interstate, and they could trace that back to, like, maybe where that she went, if she went to that Red Roof Inn, for example, or she was somewhere else. And they're going to tie that information. It's just a matter of time, okay? What was speculated is that she went out of town or whatever, okay, and maybe saw somebody, you know what I'm talking about, and made a ruse like a child was missing. Had everybody looking for it. Had all the police, state police, okay. The news is all, okay, this is a serious manhunt, or an all-out search for this woman. And the police, you can see it on the press conference, said that the Secret Service also got, so federal government, okay, it got involved. All these resources, to come to find out, to me, it sounds like it's a ruse. They're going to be pissed off at her, and she's looking at some time, okay, for basically, lying or whatever on sworn statements for perjury. All right. The bad thing about it was you had all these people that really cared about her and wanted to, to try to fight with the mounting pressure, okay, from social media to make sure that she's okay. And yes, she was okay. All right. But I would say this, before they close that case, the case is not over. I would say now is the time to tell the truth. Okay. If it wasn't that, then I think that she needs to come forward now and just say, look, you know what? This is what I did. Maybe just, repent and maybe just do a formal public apology and just, pay and just go and pay the price. Maybe it could just be a lesson that, others can learn from. But for the most part, this woman, I don't know why she did what she did, but for what I understand, she was a pre-med student. I would just think if she just would have stuck what she would have done, because success doesn't happen overnight. She could have had whatever she wanted anyway. you know, doing something stupid, a ruse, okay? But she might have thought that she had it all planned out, the perfect crime, but she slipped. And I think that we all know kind of how this is going to turn out. Probably for the next day or two, I think that we already know. Okay? So, as we said when y'all used to play ball, semi-pro and through high school, the facts, well, here's what I'll just say. Ball don't lie, okay? Let me know what you think about the video.